For those of you who are not from the area, I'm on my way to the Freedom Factory. If you watch many kind of gearhead related videos online, you'll know Cleetus McFarland and his place called Freedom Factory down here, right next door to a drag strip that's quite legendary too, called Bradenton Motorsports Park. There's a swap meet here today, this morning, and it's the first one I'm aware of. So I have all my stuff in here. I have it in the bed of the truck. I have a trailer back there. Hopefully gonna have a well-attended event today, but let's go. I'll show you, give you a little tour as we check out the grounds. If you've watched the Cleetus McFarland videos, you've heard about all the construction down through here, and they're gonna build homes, which is gonna affect the viability of the drag strip and of his Freedom Factory. So when you see these dirt mounds over here, that's exactly what's happening. You can always tell you're getting close because up in the distance there, you see all of the telephone poles, the power poles. Sorry for the dirty windshield. But notice we've been driving for a while, and this side over here is still getting built up. This entire bit of land here, miles long, is soon going to be houses, and that's going to complicate having the racetracks up here, even though the racetracks were here first. We just passed a sign at the end of a driveway that said Bradenton Racetrack next right, and that's important because that's where Cleetus has his shop that does all the cool stuff, building all the cars and all that. But here we are, we're coming up to Bradenton Motorsports Park. There she blows. It's not a drag strip day, so no surprise to not see anybody there. But as we roll up to the Freedom Factory, I have this big helmet here. We take the same entrance as Bradenton Motorsports Park. This little road leads to both. Bradenton Motorsports Park used to be known as DeSoto Dragway or DeSoto Speedway, and they used to be the same thing, maybe? One of you guys could potentially clear that up for me, but we're gonna come up to a little ticket booth up here where if we were to go to the right, it would go into the drag strip, and if we were to go straight, which is what we are gonna do, we will go to Freedom Factory. So here it is, the actual entrance into Freedom Factory. And our boy Cleetus. This is not just going to be a tour of the grounds, it's hopefully going to be setting up some swap meet stuff and making some money here today. But there's the return road for the drag strip over there. This is my first time here. Got the parking people up here. We'll take care of that and get parked, and then I'll be back. Freedom Factory? What? Guy just scanned a little code, QR code, on my phone, and now I'm supposed to come up here. Another guy's gonna show me where to go. Man, I hope some people are here. A lot of burnout marks. Imagine that, huh? Little dune buggy, 6'4" wagon. Yeah, so far so good. Don't know where I'm set up yet, but oh, he's motioning me to come down that way. Well, we made it. Pretty good turnout. I learned in the last couple of moments this is the very first one that's ever happened. So, not bad. Lots of cars down there too for sale. Well, here's the story of my existence for the next couple of hours. I sold a couple things already. It's a bit relaxing to sit here in the shade of the trailer and just chill. Freedom Factory bathroom over there. When you gotta pee for Dale. There's Cleetus. He's driving along on a 2-stroke. That used to be a... What the hell is that? Check this out. I feel like I'm in Hollywood in Burbank Studios. I want to know how far it goes. I thought he was supposed to be at some race in Kansas. Maybe not. I think Cleetus just bought that. One of the few places he's going to be able to drive that thing in this area. Things starting to wind down here, and I just, as a couple people left, I noticed, you know that little cut down Duster? Little convertible, yellow and green? Well, that's it right there. And a whole bunch of Crown Vics. So many vehicles around here that you've just seen in all the videos, you know? It's a cool place. But yeah, it's winding down. This is the first ever one, and it's been okay. It's been a good turnout, but they're definitely leaving. That Florida sun's still in effect mid-September, late September of 2023. It's kind of like a car show here. He's got to hurry back to his spot before it rusts. It may be hard to tell by my totally relaxed and cooled off demeanor, but I've just loaded everything back in the truck and trailer. It's like 90 now. But that was a good experience. Got to see everybody. Cleetus was here, LS George, James Tall, just talked to Sam, every one of them nice guys. Cleetus even gave me a fantastic deal on some Corvette parts. When I get home and I'm ready to unload, I'll show you what I'm talking about, but thank you, Cleeter. I am back home, and I promised you I would tell you what Cleetus sold me and actually gave me. He was getting ready to get everything all thrown up in the truck and getting ready to get out of there. He was only there for like an hour and a half, but when I first saw him today, he arrived on a snowmobile that had wheels on the front of it, and he was talking to a guy because it looks like he just bought it from the guy. Anyway, after he got done with that transaction, he and his wife, Maddie, and their little boy, Ripper, were all hanging out with LS George, and Sam was there, and a couple other people. James Tall came by with his family. Everybody you've seen on all the Cleetus-oriented videos. Anyway, after a little while, I noticed they were just right across from me, the whole group. And they brought a whole bunch of stuff from various cars over the years. I have a C5 Z06 that I've been building for quite a while, about the last year or so, and I bought the crankshaft from a guy named Sketchy Vert. His name is Jared. If you guys can check out the channel, it's S-K-E-T-C-H-Y, Vert. And so anyway, I go over and I start looking down the row of stuff they have, and they have all kinds of C5 stuff, which obviously would have been from a couple of the cars they've built over the years. And he had two C5 Z06 intakes, they're LS6 intakes, which should go for about 400 bucks. And he gave me a price on them that was just crazy. He says, well, I'm just loading them up. It'll keep me from loading them up. And I thought, wow, this guy just saved me several hundred bucks. I looked them over. They have the throttle bodies with them. They have the sensors. They have the fuel rails and stuff. So I obviously bought them, took them over to my place and my space, and then went flying back over and thought, if he's getting rid of stuff at these prices, I've got to go get more. So he had a front strange brake kit for a C5. Every single piece is there, and gave me another stupid deal on that. And he says, by the way, if you're getting that, I'll throw in these two drive shafts for the torque tube on the C5. And one of them is, it solves a problem I was wanting to do along the way. If you're familiar with the C5 torque tube, it has a little bushing on each side, a coupler that the bolts go through, and they're normally made out of rubber. You can buy billet aluminum ones aftermarket, and they're about 80 to 100 bucks a piece. Well, he had a drive shaft that already had those on there, and already the bolts and everything. And he says, just go ahead and take that. So Cleetus, way to make friends, man. I've already been a fan for a very long time, but you also, you stepped up and you did me so well today on that deal. I really appreciate it. And thank you to Sam for taking a few minutes and hanging out and talking about North Carolina. And thanks to Cooper Bogetti and his wife Bronte, celebrating 27 weeks of pregnancy. Should be having the kid soon. I was kind of surprised she was out there walking around in all that weather today. It was like 90. But you got a great group of people at the Freedom Factory, and I really hope that they make this swap meet something that goes on every month, because I will absolutely go. I had a blast today, both selling stuff and buying stuff. If you are ever in the area, make sure it's about the time of a swap meet or any event at Freedom Factory, because you will have a blast. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a fantastic evening, weekend, morning, whatever it is you're having right now. See ya.